Hey there, gamers. Clarence here of Steam Deck Mania. Are you ready to jump into some awesome new games? The Steam Spring Sale is here, and it's the perfect time to expand your gaming horizons. In this video, we're going to be checking out some of the best games available on sale, so you can get the most bang for your buck. Whether you're into fast-paced shooters, immersive RPGs, or mind-bending puzzles, we've got you covered. We'll be taking a deep dive into the games that should be on your wishlist this sale season, and giving you the inside scoop on what makes them so great. So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's dive into part 3 of our Steam Sale series. We're excited to help you discover some amazing new games that you won't want to put down. In Metro Exodus, players follow the story of Artyom, who leaves the Moscow metro tunnels to explore a post-apocalyptic Russia. The game's graphics are stunning, and the visuals are immersive, creating a believable and atmospheric world. The gameplay is intense, with moments of stealth, exploration, and combat that keep players engaged throughout the journey. The game's story is also compelling and well-written, with characters that players can easily root for. One downside to Metro Exodus is that some of the levels can feel overly long and repetitive, which may detract from the overall experience. Additionally, some of the game's mechanics, such as crafting, could be more intuitive and user-friendly. Despite these minor drawbacks, Metro Exodus is an excellent game that provides a unique and exciting take on the post-apocalyptic genre. With its breathtaking visuals, thrilling gameplay, and engrossing story, it's a must-play for fans of the series and newcomers alike. For those who love a challenge, For the King is a game that will not disappoint. This turn-based strategy game is set in a fantasy world where players must complete quests, fight battles, and explore the land. The game's graphics are charming and complement the whimsical feel of the game. The gameplay is challenging, with an extreme level of difficulty and RNG nonsense that can make even the most seasoned strategy game players pull their hair out. One downside to For the King is that the game can feel unfair at times, with the RNG mechanics leading to frustrating losses. The game's reliance on chance can also make it difficult to plan ahead and strategize effectively. Additionally, the game's permadeath feature can be punishing for players who invest a lot of time in their characters. Despite these challenges, For the King is a fun and engaging game that will keep players coming back for more. Its challenging gameplay and whimsical charm make it a unique addition to the strategy game genre. If you're looking for a game that will truly test your skills, For the King is the game for you. Middle-earth: Shadow of War is an epic game that takes players on a journey through Tolkien's world. The game builds upon its predecessor's strengths, with the Nemesis system being a standout feature that adds a unique layer of depth to the game. The graphics are stunning, with the game's open world and diverse environments creating a believable and immersive experience. The gameplay in Middle-earth: Shadow of War is varied and engaging, with players able to choose from a range of different combat styles and approaches. The game's story is also well written and compelling, with characters that players can easily connect with and root for. One downside to the game is that some players may find the microtransaction system to be a distraction from the overall experience. The game's reliance on loot boxes and other in-game purchases can feel like a cash grab, detracting from the immersive world that the game creates. Overall, Middle-earth: Shadow of War is a fantastic game that builds upon its predecessor's strengths. With its stunning graphics, engaging gameplay, and well-written story, it's a must-play for fans of the franchise and newcomers alike. Solasta: Crown of the Magister is a turn-based RPG that brings a unique spin to the genre. The game's graphics are beautiful, with detailed character models and environments that immerse players in the world. The gameplay is challenging, with a robust combat system that allows players to strategize and plan their moves. The game's character creation system is also a standout feature, with a range of different classes and races that allow players to tailor their experience to their preferences. One downside to the game is that the story can feel somewhat generic and uninspired. Additionally, some of the game's mechanics can be confusing, making it difficult for players to fully understand the game's systems. Despite these minor drawbacks, Solasta: Crown of the Magister is a fantastic game that brings a unique spin to the RPG genre. Its stunning graphics, engaging gameplay, and robust character creation system make it a must-play for fans of the genre. Overall, Solasta: Crown of the Magister is an excellent game that will keep players engaged and entertained for hours on end. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba: The Hinokami Chronicles is a fighting game based on the popular anime and manga series. The game's graphics are stunning, with detailed character models and vibrant environments that bring the world of the series to life. The gameplay is engaging, with a range of different characters to choose from and a combat system that rewards skill and strategy. One downside to the game is that it can feel somewhat repetitive, with battles that can quickly devolve into button mashing. Additionally, some players may find the lack of variety in the game's modes to be disappointing, with the story mode being the main draw of the game. Despite these minor drawbacks, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba the Hinokami Chronicles is a fun and engaging game that will appeal to fans of the series and fighting game enthusiasts alike. Its stunning graphics and engaging gameplay make it a must-play for fans of the franchise, while its accessible combat system makes it easy for newcomers to jump in and start playing. Overall, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba the Hinokami Chronicles is a solid fighting game that captures the spirit of the series and delivers an entertaining experience for players. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition is an open-world action game that has been ported to PC and compatible to Steam Deck. The game's graphics are breathtaking, with stunning environments and detailed character models that make the world feel alive. The gameplay is varied and engaging, with a mix of combat, exploration, and puzzle solving that keeps the player engaged and entertained. One downside to the game is that the Steam Deck port can be a bit buggy and poorly optimized, with some players reporting issues with performance and crashing. Additionally, the game's story can feel somewhat cliched and predictable, with a narrative that doesn't quite live up to the game's stunning visuals. Despite these minor drawbacks, Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition is a fantastic game that offers a unique and engaging experience for players. Its stunning graphics, varied gameplay, and immersive world make it a must-play for fans of the genre. While the PC port may have some issues, the game is still a fantastic experience that is well worth playing. Overall, Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition is an excellent game that delivers an unforgettable experience for players. Mortal Kombat 11 is a fighting game that delivers an excellent experience for fans of the series and newcomers alike. The game's graphics are stunning, with detailed character models and brutal, over-the-top fatalities that will satisfy fans of the franchise. The gameplay is engaging, with a range of different characters to choose from and a deep combat system that rewards skill and strategy. One downside to the game is that it can feel somewhat grindy, with a progression system that can feel slow and tedious at times. Additionally, some players may find the game's online modes to be laggy and unresponsive, making it difficult to enjoy the game's competitive aspects. Despite these minor drawbacks, Mortal Kombat 11 is a fantastic fighting game that delivers an unforgettable experience for players. Its stunning graphics, engaging gameplay, and deep combat system make it a must-play for fans of the genre. While the game's progression system and online modes may not be perfect, the game still delivers a fantastic experience that is well worth playing. Overall, Mortal Kombat 11 is an excellent game that will satisfy fans of the franchise and fighting game enthusiasts alike. Tropico 6 is a city-building simulation game that places the player in the role of a dictator on a tropical island. The game's graphics are charming and colorful, with a cartoonish style that adds to the game's lighthearted tone. The gameplay is engaging, with a range of different structures and technologies to build and manage, as well as a variety of missions and objectives to complete. One downside to the game is that it can feel somewhat overwhelming for new players, with a complex set of systems and mechanics that can take some time to master. Additionally, some players may find the game's humor and political satire to be hit or miss, with jokes that can sometimes fall flat or feel in poor taste. Despite these minor drawbacks, Tropico 6 is a fantastic city-building simulation game that offers a unique and engaging experience for players. Its charming graphics, engaging gameplay, and political satire make it a must-play for fans of the genre. While the game may have a learning curve and its humor may not appeal to everyone, it is still a fantastic game that is well worth playing. Overall, Tropico 6 is an excellent game that delivers a fun and engaging simulation experience for players. Monster Hunter Rise is a fantastic addition to the Monster Hunter franchise, offering players a new and improved experience with updated mechanics and stunning graphics. The game's vibrant world is brought to life with incredible attention to detail, and the new vertical movement mechanics add a new level of excitement and strategy to the gameplay. One downside to the game is that it can still feel somewhat overwhelming for new players, with a steep learning curve and complex systems that may take some time to master. Additionally, some players may find the game's difficulty level to be frustrating, with challenging boss fights that require patience and skill to overcome. Despite these minor drawbacks, Monster Hunter Rise is a must-play game for fans of the franchise and newcomers alike. Its stunning graphics, engaging gameplay, and updated mechanics make it an unforgettable experience. While the game's learning curve and difficulty level may not appeal to everyone, those who stick with it will be rewarded with an incredible and rewarding experience. Overall, Monster Hunter Rise is a fantastic game that delivers an engaging and exciting hunting experience for players. Terraria is a classic 2D sandbox game that offers players a unique and engaging experience. The game's retro graphics are charming and colorful, and the gameplay is addictive and satisfying. Players are free to explore a vast, procedurally generated world filled with resources to gather, enemies to defeat, and structures to build. One downside to the game is that it can feel somewhat overwhelming for new players, with a steep learning curve and a range of different systems and mechanics to master. Additionally, some players may find the game's retro graphics and simplistic style to be a turnoff. Despite these minor drawbacks, Terraria is a must-play game for fans of sandbox and exploration games. Its addictive gameplay, charming graphics, and endless possibilities make it an unforgettable experience. While the game may take some time to master and its graphics may not appeal to everyone, it is still an incredible game that is well worth playing. Overall, Terraria is a fantastic game that delivers a unique and engaging sandbox experience for players. Euro Truck Simulator 2 is a simulation game that puts players in the driver's seat of a big rig, transporting cargo across Europe. The game's realistic physics and driving mechanics make it an engaging and immersive experience, while the vast open world and variety of cargo types offer players a sense of freedom and adventure. One downside to the game is that it can feel somewhat repetitive, with players driving similar routes and delivering similar cargo types. Additionally, the game's pacing can be slow, which may not appeal to all players. Despite these minor drawbacks, Euro Truck Simulator 2 is a unique and satisfying game that is well worth playing. Its realistic driving mechanics and vast open world offer players an immersive and engaging experience that is hard to find elsewhere. While the game may not be for everyone due to its slow pacing and repetitive gameplay, it is still a fantastic game that is sure to please fans of simulation games and truck driving enthusiasts. Overall, Euro Truck Simulator 2 is a great game that delivers an authentic truck driving experience across Europe. Totally Accurate Battle Simulator is a wacky, physics-based game that simulates large-scale battles between armies of different eras and civilizations. The game's unique art style and comedic tone make it a fun and entertaining experience, while the variety of units and weapons offer players a wide range of options for customizing their armies and tactics. One downside to the game is that it can feel somewhat shallow, with limited content and a lack of depth in its gameplay mechanics. Additionally, the game's physics engine can sometimes feel unpredictable and inconsistent, which can be frustrating for players. Despite these minor drawbacks, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator is a fun and entertaining game that is worth checking out. Its unique art style and comedic tone make it a refreshing departure from more serious strategy games, while its physics-based gameplay offers a unique and engaging experience. While the game may not have the depth or complexity of other strategy games, it is still a great choice for players looking for a lighthearted and entertaining experience. Overall, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator is a fun and quirky game that delivers a unique and entertaining take on large-scale battles. Dead Cells is a fast-paced, action-packed platformer with a roguelike twist. The game's tight controls and responsive combat make it an engaging and satisfying experience, while the procedurally generated levels and randomized upgrades offer a high degree of replayability. One downside to the game is that it can be punishingly difficult, with challenging enemies and traps that require precise timing and strategy to overcome. Additionally, the game's procedurally generated levels can sometimes feel repetitive, and the lack of a story or narrative may not appeal to all players. Despite these minor drawbacks, Dead Cells is a fantastic game that is well worth playing. Its responsive controls, fast-paced combat, and high degree of replayability make it a standout title in the platformer genre. While the game may not be for everyone due to its difficulty and lack of story, it is still a must-play for fans of action and roguelike games. Overall, Dead Cells is a fantastic game that delivers an addictive and satisfying gameplay experience. The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt is a masterpiece of a game that combines stunning visuals, immersive storytelling, and engaging gameplay. The game's open-world design and complex narrative allow players to explore a vast and diverse world filled with memorable characters, intriguing side quests, and challenging battles. One downside to the game is that it can be overwhelming for some players, with a large amount of content to explore and a steep learning curve for its combat and crafting systems. Additionally, the game's performance on certain platforms and systems can sometimes be inconsistent, with occasional bugs and glitches. Despite these minor drawbacks, The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt is a landmark achievement in gaming that is a must-play for fans of RPGs and open-world games. Its deep and immersive narrative, memorable characters, and engaging gameplay make it a standout title that sets a new standard for the genre. Overall, The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt is an unforgettable gaming experience that will leave players spellbound and wanting more. Oxygen Not Included is a humorous, clever, and addictive game that challenges players to manage the resources of a colony of stranded astronauts in deep space. The game's unique style and approach to survival gameplay is refreshing, encouraging experimentation and lateral thinking to overcome the challenges of maintaining a thriving colony. One downside to the game is that it can be challenging for new players to learn, with a steep learning curve and complex systems that can be overwhelming at first. Additionally, some players may find the game's repetitive nature to be tedious, as it requires constant micromanagement to ensure the survival of the colony. Despite these minor drawbacks, Oxygen Not Included is a fantastic survival game that is sure to provide hours of entertainment for players who enjoy challenging gameplay and strategic thinking. Its charming art style, engaging mechanics, and deep gameplay make it a standout title that is well worth playing. Overall, Oxygen Not Included is a must-play for fans of survival games and management sims. Divinity: Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition is a role-playing game that combines deep storytelling with complex and engaging gameplay mechanics. The game is well crafted, with a wide range of character customization options, meaningful choices, and a deep, immersive world to explore. One downside of the game is that it can be difficult for new players to get into, with a steep learning curve and complex systems that can be overwhelming at first. Additionally, the game's lengthy story may not be for everyone, as it requires a significant time investment to complete. Despite these minor drawbacks, Divinity: Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition is an outstanding RPG that is sure to delight fans of the genre. Its rich and immersive world, engaging gameplay, and well-crafted storytelling make it a standout title that is well worth playing. Overall, Divinity: Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition is a must-play for RPG fans who are looking for a deep and engaging experience. It Takes Two is a co-opus adventure game that puts players in the shoes of a married couple who are going through a rough patch in their relationship. The game's unique gameplay mechanics, gorgeous visuals, and charming story make it a standout title that is sure to delight gamers of all ages. One of the game's biggest strengths is its focus on co-opus gameplay. Every aspect of the game is designed to be played with two people, from puzzle solving to combat to exploration. This makes for a truly immersive and engaging experience that is unlike anything else on the market. Another highlight of It Takes Two is its stunning visuals. The game's world is beautifully realized, with vibrant colors, detailed textures, and stunning lighting effects that bring the game's environments to life. While the game's story can be a bit predictable at times, it is well told and engaging throughout. The game's characters are charming and well developed, and the game's narrative arc is satisfying and emotionally resonant. Overall, It Takes Two is an excellent co-opus adventure game that is well worth playing. Its unique gameplay mechanics, gorgeous visuals, and engaging story make it one of the standout titles of the year. Whether you're a fan of co-opus games or just looking for a fun and engaging adventure, It Takes Two is sure to deliver. Titanfall 2 is a first-person shooter game that is a significant improvement over its predecessor. The game's single-player campaign is well-written and engaging, following the story of Jack Cooper and his Titan, BT-7274, as they embark on a journey to stop the evil Interstellar Manufacturing Corporation and its mercenaries from obtaining a powerful weapon. The campaign's level design is excellent, offering a diverse range of environments and obstacles that keep the gameplay fresh and exciting. The multiplayer mode is also a vast improvement over the original game, with new titans, weapons, and abilities that add more depth and variety to the gameplay. The new game modes, such as Bounty Hunt and Amped Hardpoint, are also fun and engaging, providing a good balance of teamwork and individual skill. The game's graphics and sound design are also top-notch, with impressive visual effects and excellent voice acting. The game runs smoothly and is well optimized, even on lower-end PCs and on the Steam Deck. However, the game's short campaign is a downside, lasting only around 6 hours, and some players may find the multiplayer to be lacking in content compared to other modern shooters. The lack of cross-platform play may also limit the player base, making it harder to find matches in certain regions. Overall, Titanfall 2 is an excellent first-person shooter that offers a great single-player campaign and a fun multiplayer experience, with excellent graphics and sound design. While it may have some minor flaws, it is a worthy successor to the original game and a must-play for fans of the genre. Are you ready to rock out with the galaxy's coolest band of misfits? Look no further than Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. This game brings the beloved characters to life in a new and exciting way. As Star-Lord, you'll lead your team through thrilling battles, making tough decisions along the way. One of the best things about this game is the banter between the characters. It's hilarious, heartwarming, and feels just like the movies. The voice acting is spot on, and the visuals are stunning. Plus, the soundtrack is an absolute banger. Who knew blasting enemies with the final countdown could be so satisfying? However, the game isn't without its flaws. The combat can feel a bit repetitive at times, and some of the boss battles drag on for too long. Additionally, the game's humor may not be for everyone, and some of the jokes fall flat. Overall, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is a fun and exciting adventure with plenty of heart and humor. Fans of the comics and movies will definitely want to check it out. Just be prepared to rock out for hours on end. Do you have a passion for home renovation and design? Look no further than House Flipper. This game allows you to live out your HGTV dreams by buying, renovating, and selling homes. The gameplay is straightforward and addicting. You start by purchasing a rundown property, then clean, paint, and furnish it to increase its value. As you progress, you can unlock new tools and decorations to take your designs to the next level. One of the best things about this game is the sense of satisfaction you get from turning a dump into a dream home. However, it's not without its flaws. The graphics can be a bit dated, and the game can feel repetitive after a while. Despite these issues, House Flipper is a great game for anyone who loves home renovation or interior design. It's a relaxing and rewarding experience that's perfect for unwinding after a long day. Just be prepared to spend hours tinkering with furniture placement and wall colors. That's a wrap for our video. We hope you found our recommendations helpful and that you're excited to try out some of these amazing games. Remember, the Steam sale only comes around a few times a year, so make sure you take advantage of the great deals while you can. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment with your favorite game recommendations. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more gaming content and future sale coverage. Until next time, happy gaming. Peace.